Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Hope you have a wonderful day. In today's video, we're going to talk about, I guess, a post that I saw in Facebook. It was rather interesting, so I figured, why don't we make a video out of that?
Yep.
So the question is money a hard or a tense topic to talk about with your partner? So if you guys are starting in your financial journey, this is probably one of the hot topics.
Yes.
But it's hard to have that conversation with.
I think it's hard to start, but once you started it, it is really easy to go through. But, I have a but. Sometimes, for example, when you talked about selling my first property.
Yes, how that was taking a long time.
It was tense.
Yeah, you cried about it.
Of course I cried. Who wouldn't?
You cried about it because it's like emotionally invested to it until this day.
Let's swap position.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Well, the way I saw the real true numbers of that property, like how much is it actually costing us. So that's how I see it.
Anyway, it's still a hot topic. But for me, I would say it's hard to begin, and if it's something that the other person's emotional or invested a lot in there, it's very hard to pull out or talk about that. It's just like in a relationship, like everyone's saying, this guy is beep wet, right? If everyone said you're not a nice guy, but I just truly in love with you, and of course I don't want to listen, right? Same.
True.
If I think it's a good property, I fully invested in it, and you say it's not a good one.
Yep.
So you see my point.
Sort of. But as a whole, and not just about the property.
Well, in general, you have to talk about that no matter how hard it is. At the beginning it will be hard, but if you're having like a monthly date about financial,
there's a friction in the beginning.
Yes.
There's a friction. I remember just sitting here in our living room that night where I was just trying to figure out what's happening with our money. How come we're going backward? I'm working so hard, yet our bank account is just keep on going down. What is going on? So that was a hard decision. And then once that you didn't want to know about it, honest, and that's like, I guess I'm sure we're not the only one.
yeah,
And then after that, you sort of sat down on board with the whole entire idea of what do we need to do to fix it.
yeah,
So it's a hard topic. It's hard to swallow on what is happening with our personal finance anyway. And that's when I dig in a little bit more deeper. Are we making money? Is the property making money? If not, how can we fix it? So it's a struggle.
yeah.
But over time, once you do it regularly,
Yeah, you got one off, and then the second time you just get used to it. You have to face it. If you don't face it, then what happened? You bury your head in the sand.
yeah,
And your relationship just go apart.
yeah,
That's
it
how
can
I
get
see it.
deteriorate.
Yes.
Because you keep on fighting. I don't see the kids because I was working so hard. I want
Yeah.
to spend time with the kids. And the only way to fix that would be a couple of things. Find different ways, I guess. For us, it was like, okay, then the best scenario, the best case, the best option, more like it, at that particular time was to sell the property.
Yeah.
That was one of the solutions. I can't find any other way. Aside from, obviously, you need to go back to work. So that's for us.
Yeah.
But if you go back to work, that means you're not going to spend time with the kids. Both of our kids will be going to daycare.
Not only daycare, it's the before and after school.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to that topic. Is it hard? Yes, beginning it is hard. But when you get used to it, and I think you have to have a plan every week or set up a schedule. Yes, I don't like schedule. I don't like it. But you have to set a schedule. How often do you do it? So for us, we do mid-month, like,
Twice a month.
Yeah, our cash flow is our money going up, and did we spend a lot or over budget on somewhere else? When you get used to it, hour is like 5-10 minutes. I just put the number in Excel and then say, okay, is money going up? Okay, yeah. Why our investment going down so much? Okay, can we change anything? No, we can't. Okay, leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a work in progress as you go along with your relationship. I think
Correct.
it makes you a lot more closer to each other.
Yes, it become a happier relationship because it's nothing that you hide. I know sometimes I spent something and then came up in a parcel and you got upset and I felt guilty, but a few days later I'm okay.
So that's just being true. Like, so because we do a lot of online shopping with for our business plus personal, and sometimes we sort of have to mix it between the two to get the free postage.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, then I keep on opening up this parcel. What is all this? So.
Yeah.
So like those little things, there's a friction as you go along. That's what I meant. Like you're always gonna, like, I don't see what you do, and then obviously you don't see what I do. So sometimes having that monthly meeting, or at least twice a month, where we sit down and open it up, and it does make sense. Or you buy these certain things for a certain reason. So, and sometimes you actually like you need to have my approval as well. Like so figuring out.
I know, like few dollars thing. Sometimes, oh, I really need that, or is that one on it? Okay, I'll stop buying it. And then when I came home and you said, you need to get one of these. Oh, really? I can? Like, remember the rack? Because sometimes I don't know, should I buy it? Is it another item? You just don't like extra stuff. I don't know, because money is not most important thing, but it's one of the keys to happy relationship.
Yeah.
How many percentage? Was it 70%?
Well, high percentage of divorce related cause is because
Money.
of money problem.
Yes.
And for me, it's like I try to avoid that at any cost.
Yeah.
So,
because if you divorce, you're going to spend a lot more money.
on lawyers, on
Yeah.
and I guess the back and forth, and anyway, so that as a whole, personally, yes, it's hard in the beginning. But if you work on it in the beginning, or whenever it is, like say, you're married for a long time and then you haven't worked on it until now, it will be really hard.
Correct.
There's gonna be tension, friction. There's gonna be some arguments.
I need, for example, I'll say I need $300 per week for my
expenses.
What's that, pedicure? What's that called? What's that?
Manicure, pedicure.
Yes,
that's
correct.
it.
Like some girls may need that, and then you guys just have to talk about that. You have to open about that. If you don't, it's your money.
Yeah. And then it can ruin your relationship as well, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, sometimes we still have argument, and eventually, where is the source? Finance, about money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you open it up, I guess the earlier that you talk about this, I'd say the better.
The easier as well. You just have to get on board, have the same goal, have the same plan, and budget. If you don't have a plan, then everything won't fall into pieces.
Because you technically work as one. Like I don't understand when, I guess like a married couple have that separation. Like you do your thing.
Yeah.
You do your thing. For us,
they go out to eat. Okay, let's split the bill.
So like I don't get that. For us, it's like well, everything's one. So we just combine it all in one. We're as one family. So yeah.
Yeah. For example, you work and I don't work. So how does it work? I don't know. And I got no pay. I don't have leave. I don't have sick leave. So how does it work? And still, I don't get paid.
So friction, they're bound to be. There's always going to be. Yeah. I'll say. Like for us, we always do it. And then from your point of view?
I have to do it. It was hard. It was really hard. Yeah. Even though you were the one who brought it up initially, and I felt, whoa, no one ever asked me all these questions.
No
one ever asked me those questions, but glad that you did it, otherwise we wouldn't have made it this far. Right?
So one of you, whoever it is, like in the relationship, you kind of have to initiate, because if you just bury your head against in the sand or something, and pretty much you don't know where you're going. There's this happy place where you're together, but deep down, what's going on underneath?
Yeah, you have no idea.
So, and sometimes you don't want to make it too late when it's like, hey, I'm in trouble. I've got
$20,000 in credit. I use your name to apply for the credit card. So you have to pay for it.
Yeah, so that,
how about that?
and that would be a jaw dropping. And like,
It's
if
the
you're
trust issue. I think when you open about your finance, that seems like more vulnerable, and we know each other.
Yeah.
And there's less things to hide, or maybe I love to spend on this. You know, sometimes I got like new clothes here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know it now.
I do now.
Yeah,
Because I see the packages.
Yeah. Yeah, here and
Yeah.
there.
So, anyway, so that's just our 2 cents, guys. If you guys enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe, comment.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.